truth about cars. Remember May 2021? People were lining up for hours just to get gas. Some stations ran completely dry, and some people were filling plastic bags with gasoline. Plastic bags. All of that from one cyber attack on one pipeline. That was the Colonial Pipeline incident. And suddenly, millions of people couldn't drive, couldn't work, couldn't function. Now here's the part most people don't realize. That wasn't a one-time event. Gas supply disruptions happen more often than you think. Hurricanes shut down refineries, global conflicts disrupt oil flow, and critical routes like the Strait of Hormuz carry a huge portion of the world's oil supply. And when something goes wrong, you don't just see it in the news, you feel it at the pump. Prices go up, your daily costs increase, your plans change, and your stress goes up. And the truth is, you have zero control over any of it. Let's talk real money for a second. The average American drives about 15,000 miles a year. At 30 miles per gallon and $3.50 a gallon, that's around $1,750 a year just on gas. And that's on a good year. In 2022, many Americans spent over $3,000. Now add oil changes, transmission fluid, coolant flushes, exhaust repairs. Gas cars have over 2,000 moving parts. EVs have around 20. Every extra part is a potential repair bill. The average American spends about $1,200 a year maintaining a gas car. Seid ihr sagt, EV owners, around $400. That's not a small difference. Over 10 years, that's $8,000 back in your pocket. Here's what nobody talks about enough. With an EV, you never have to go to a gas station again. Like, ever. You plug in at home before you go to bed. You wake up with a full tank. Every single morning. No detours. No waiting. No $80 fill-ups. Your electricity comes from your local grid, which is increasingly powered by solar, wind, and nuclear. And here's the key difference. The electricity grid has hundreds of sources. The gas supply chain has just a few critical choke points. Pipelines, refineries, ports. Take one out, and the whole thing breaks. An EV doesn't care if a pipeline gets hacked. It doesn't care if OPEC cuts production. It doesn't care if a hurricane hits Texas. You just plug in, at home, tonight. I know what you're thinking. What about road trips? What if I can't find a charger? Fair question, and honestly, 2 years ago, that was a legitimate concern. But the charging network in the US has expanded massively. Tesla's supercharger network is now open to all EVs. There are over 60,000 public charging stations across America as of 2024. More locations than McDonald's. Most modern EVs get 250 to 350 miles on a single charge. The average American drives 37 miles a day. You'd only need to charge every 6 to 9 days if you didn't charge at home. Range anxiety is real, but for most people's daily lives, it's becoming a fear based on old information. So, this isn't about gas versus electric. It's about dependence. Gas cars depend on a global supply chain. That can be disrupted overnight. Electric cars depend on infrastructure. That's still growing. Neither is perfect. They're just different systems. But when fuel disappears, even temporarily, it changes how you think. Not just about prices, but about what you rely on every single day. So next time gas prices spike, and they will, ask yourself, do I want to keep being at the mercy of pipelines, oil cartels, and hurricanes? Or do I want to just plug in at home? Drop a comment. Are you considering switching to an EV? What's holding you back? I read every single one, and if this video made you think, hit subscribe. We break down the future of transportation every week without the hype.